I'm telling you, man, and mostly black men, white supremacy is not enough for some black men. It's about the bag. It's about the money. We talked about that with Ice Cube.
Ebro.
Well, I was just specifically talking about, if we're talking about Diddy or we're talking about Ice Cube. Black men will be like, look, it's white supremacists everywhere. What's up with this money? Which, a lot of women ain't falling for that. Some do, though.
That's interesting you say that, because did you see Jemele? Jemele Hill had an interesting tweet last night in that regard.
She was like, and she was basically like, are black men and black women in a different place politically? Like,
yeah, she was like, it seems
real?
like they're very far apart.
Is this real? And it's because I believe that too many black men want to be white men.
What?
Yes, I said it.
Hold on.
Well, that's deep.
You're gone too far,
That's an interesting take.
You think you're going to be a white man?
I would. That's a huge blanket
You
statement.
you think that money
Big
is
blanket.
coming to you and they gonna treat you exactly the same just because you got some bread?
Nah. Black men want to be white men?
I said too many.
Too many?
Too many.
I've not heard that ever in my life.
Well, you heard it here on Ebro in the morning.
Maybe the way you're wording it, Ebro, is not.
It sounds a little wild.
But you're saying people
Listen,
want money. They think money's going to solve the
I
problem.
said what I said. I said
I
what
understand-
I
I
said.
understand, like-
It's an
You
interesting
think
opinion.
your
It's an
bank
interesting
account
opinion.
being equal with a white man will get
Okay.
you the same treatment that white man get, so you voting like a white man. Too many black men want to be white men. I said what I said.
I mean, that's a nice controversial opinion.
Well,
Let's
as
talk
a white man who
about
wants
it. I call them Niggacrats, right? They're annoying AF. Oh boy, so this is Ebro. They want to be the white men that colonize us. Dude, you're half white. But let's get into this bag. So Ebro tweeted this bitch ass shit, and he's responding to Jemele Hill's statement. I have increasingly found that many black men want better access to patriarchy. They don't actually want it dismantled. Wait a minute. I thought this conversation was about politics and whatnot, and I'm assuming that she's referring to 50 Cent coming out saying what he said, because this is today, or Ice Cube actually trying to get tangibles from both sides of the party, not playing partisan. For whatever reason, that's interpreted as you work with that person or you pick the side because you actually acknowledge that one side said, we'll mess with you later, possibly if we win. And the other side, nope, let's talk right now. But Jemele Hill, I don't understand how she, a journalist, as intelligent as she may assume to be, how does she not realize that black men ain't with the shits? The funny thing about all this is that, like, yes, most black men are not leaving the Democrat plantation. They still, despite all the fuckery and them shitting on you and taking, and just not even acknowledge you at all and blaming you for everything, they still gonna get 80% of the vote, black male vote. At least 80%. Trump might get 15, 20, maybe. And they're hurt by that. There's, again, no other group of men. Think about this. Black men have voted in a higher percentile for crooked-ass Hillary, for Bill Clinton, for Barack Obama, than any other group of this men in the country. And yet black men still get shitted on and blamed, right? So y'all matriarchal as fuck, Democrat as shit, and y'all still get blamed and made think pieces and segments on MSNBC and CNN, and all the feminists attack you. You got fat, ugly feminists talking about let's go on sex strikes to block you because black man, you didn't do what black women said do in the gynocracy. But anyways, Jemele Hill, for whatever reason, had Ebro retweeting it. Now, I think this was kind of a setup because Jemele Hill had tweeted something a while back about black men must be fighting or voting for a different interest than black women. And I'm like, yeah, we are. Duh. Duh, we are. There are some things that we just want to agree on and that affect us differently. You like the structure and the system the way it is because you benefit from it. You do. And I understand why you would not want it to be differently. I understand why you want the family course to be the way they structured. Child support. I understand why you want all these programs that typically benefit you. It's welfare and homes and, things for women who are low income with children, y'all can benefit from all of that, right? Despite what Tad says. So of course, it's in your best interest to be that way, right? Every socialist country is that way. I don't think any woman who comes from a socialist country, from France, whatever, they love the fact that the government is their daddy, right? They've replaced the role of the husband. It is what it is. Men can't compete with that, especially black men. But yeah, there are some black men who don't want this man. That's like the funniest thing is like that's supposed to be an insult. You watch the Grapevine and all these other shows, these liberal fuckity fucks, with the black women and the gay black men forming Voltron together to shit on the heterosexual black men. They say the same thing. Black men just want to be a part of this. They don't want to tear it down and replace it with what? Like, I don't understand that too. How are you gonna not tear down a structure that you with what resources, with what army, what weapons, everything, all the platforms you use to shit on black men is theirs. Again, you benefit from it more than we do. But anyways, I don't understand how she got into patriarchy. I hope she's not stating that if you get rid of Trump and put Biden, patriarchy ending. Let's deep dive. Now, if she was making a point that, yeah, because Kamala is definitely going to be president because Joe Biden might have shot and he won't make it to a first term, let alone the first 90 days. So I can understand her saying that, but is she? Outside of that, I hope she's not trying to articulate that replacing Trump with Biden, replacing a 74-year-old black man with a 74-year-old white man, rather, my bad, is going to somehow end patriarchy. Like, you're not ending patriarchy. The white women who you are friends with or allied with, they're not stupid enough to fall for that trap. They benefit from it as well. And that's what we've been accused of. The one fat feminist chick said, we want to be the white women to black, the white women in 2016 and 2020, referring to black men. Again, even though black men vote Democrat, higher percentage rate than every other race of men in this country, and yet they still shit on you, black man, and you take that shit and you stay on the plantation. I don't get it. I couldn't do it. But this was corny to me because, again, like I said, Jemele Hill tweeted this a while back about black men and black women having different views. We know that, duh. That's not something new. Y'all been making the same argument. Like, you just said that to get clout and retweets. That's it. That talentless tiff nigga shit that they do on Twitter with the blue checks. That's what you were doing. You know this already. This isn't new information. And then Ebro said it on his show last week that black men only care about money and like what? We all get called broke and dusty and this and that, and now we want to be white men because we want to pay lower taxes and want money? Huh? I don't get it. Which one is it? And what does that say to you though? If they think that the Ice Cubes and 50 Cents and the Kanyes only vote Republican because they want money, is that kind of telling you that the Democrats need you to be broke and dusty in order for them to win? Are you saying that the Democrats have a vested interest in keeping you poor because the moment you get some money, you don't want all the regulations, you don't want to pay all them damn taxes? Huh? Wait a minute. Is that what they're saying? Because that's what it sounds like to me. So, keeping black people in poverty, ain't that what Charles Barkley said? The poor have been voting Democrat for 50 years and they still poor? I think Jemele Hill just solved the whole issue right here. God damn. But anyways, it ain't worth giving enough time to. I just watched the one segment on MSNBC with Tiffany Cross. I didn't even finish it. It was just a bunch of malarkey. Same old. Even though they're acknowledging that most black men still vote the way that mommy told them to, they're still shitting on the 10 to 15% that might not. And I don't get that. Then Jason Johnson, who got booted for a little bit off of MSNBC because he was attacking Brianna Greyjoy or Joy Gray because, again, even though she's a Democrat, a Bernie Sanders supporter, but she ain't voting for top cop Kamala Harris, and she ain't voting for the king of the crime bill. And that's another thing, too, because I was listening to the Hot 97 segment, which I haven't listened to in a long time, and they were dick eating Biden because Biden finally admitted or apologized for his role in the crime bill. And I'm like, wait a minute. Joe Biden is the king of all crime bills. He brags about being a part of all of them since 1974 when he was working with Strom Thurmond and other segregationists, right? That's what he was doing. And the crack disparities in 86 was way worse than the 94 crime bill. The crack disparity said the white dude with the coke, with the same amount of coke as crack as you got, black man, you go to jail for a long time. He did that shit. That probably was more devastating than what happened with the 94 crime bill. And again, I see all these people tweeting, and I even seen Shermichael tweeting it, who's a Republican or he's a conservative, whatever. Did you know that 94% of the people supported this, and that? And I'm like, wait a minute, stop. Put that shit in context. Jesse Jackson said that the crime bill was poison laced with cyanide. Al Sharpton, bitch ass, he marched against it. There were several economists and criminologists who said, no, this is not good, it's going to hurt black people. They acknowledged that a Republican could have not gotten this crime bill passed. So don't spin it and say that everybody was on board and everybody supported it. You know damn well the people who wanted the crime to stop and wanted their neighborhoods to be safe did not support locking Negroes up and throwing away the key. They just didn't. You can't even make that argument. They wanted opportunity. They wanted resources. They wanted to prevent things from happening, right? Isn't that what y'all say? I say that the argument I hear online is that poverty is caused by crime. Oh, the crime is caused by poverty, rather. That's what y'all say. And then when people say, well, y'all poor, we don't want you in our neighborhoods because it leads to crime, then we freak out and say that's racist. Wait a minute. You just told them that you kill each other because there's a lack of resources in your community. And when you don't have money, you kill each other. Right? So then wouldn't everybody say, well, we don't want poor people living over here because y'all rob and kill each other when y'all don't have any money? Huh? Come on. And we've seen studies and situations where when there were programs and there were things in the community, when those programs dried up and went away, the violence and the crime and everything upticked again. So there is a correlation. But you can't have it both ways. You can't say that poverty leads to crime, but then when people don't want poverty around them because they don't want the crime, you get it in your feelings. But that was the point, is that they were trying to finally justify. They try to justify Joe Biden's 94 crime, but that's the deflection. Well, everybody supported it. No, they did not support all that bullshit. These people didn't know what was in the policy. They know what they wanted and what they asked for. And then you know damn well the Congress added a whole bunch of other shit. A whole bunch of pork was put in the bill. Like gun control. Like, were they asking for that? Maybe, I don't know. We're black. We vote in a way that, like, giving our rights away. So it could be possibly true, but I don't know. I know I wouldn't have supported it. I would have said, just on that part alone, hell no, I don't want this bill to pass. If it came up today. But, yeah, people still trying to deflect. And, you know, Joe finally, after 47 years, apologized or said he did a little bit too wrong, or what happened was, and y'all defend that, but y'all ignore the fact that Jesse Jackson literally did a whole speech in front of Congress saying, like, yo, we can't do this. This is bad. Al Sharpton marched against that bill. So stop saying it was all the black leaders supported it. No, they all did not. But anyway, that's my video for the most part. This gender war is being exacerbated by the political Democratic Party. If there's any situation that looks like black men and black women can come close together, the powers that be will benefit off of that being there. This is clicks, this is likes. Again, this tweet that Jemele Hill put out there and Ebro's reply was all for cap. They both already said this a while ago. Ebro said this on his show last week. They just want to be rich. They just want to be like white men that colonized us. I don't know who's white, your mom and your dad, but did one of them colonize each other? Like, what do you mean us? And were we colonized, or were we sold by other Africans to the colonizers? Okay, yeah. But yeah, that's my segment of the Niggacrats. They're showing themselves again, and it's so many examples of this. Like all day, I'm just finding new ones, and I don't even be looking for them. Like, it's crazy. Democrats deserve to lose based on this fuckery at all. If one group of people should be independent and not vote as a bloc, it's black people. And we're the one that don't do it. And yet, wonder why no party has to address us. And again, if you think that the only reason why black men vote Republicans because they want to keep their money, then you've just told us why you want black people to stay Democrat. Because when they don't have any money, they keep voting for you for more state, for more help. And they don't get what they need if you can achieve and take care of yourself. Thanks for telling us that, Jamel.